Okay. So normally I'll be doing a video that goes through just each day's worth of the packet, but for today I'm gonna have to go through a couple of days worth, so Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, just so in case anybody has any questions about any of the worksheets. So just remember, in parents, when you have two letters and they make one sound, that's called a digraph. So for example, oh no, I don't know if I can turn the camera over. For example, when you see this, sh, e, p, sheep, it's asking the beginning sound. Some of you probably already did this. Sh, sh. Which one is sh? Sh. The sh, right? So you're gonna color this digraph and then write sh here, or sheep. This, if you do the phonics baggie, sorry about this. If you do the phonics baggie, just date and initial here. It's just so you can kind of keep track of it. Also keep track of your reading calendar. I know it's a lot to keep track of, so just do your best. But the phonics baggie is gonna be really good. I mean, we will be testing, however that works, DIBELS in May, and so they really do need to be practicing those nonsense words and just all the parts of a word. So like even sometimes now we're working on four sound words, sorry, excuse me, like desk, desk. So if they can break a word apart and do all the sounds, that'll be really helpful. And then same with the nonsense words. Okay. Obviously, like some of these you can kind of figure out. The biggest thing with these here is they're correcting the sentence, right? The biggest thing is we need uppercase at the beginning, proper spacing in between each word, and they know how to do finger spaces, right? So they just put their finger down and then start the next word. And then a period at the end. We haven't done any other punctuation marks, so we've just done periods. And then also, the middle line, if they can keep all the lowercase letters in the right formation or the right spacing from top to bottom, that will also be helpful for them moving forward. So just a couple of things to pay attention to. This one we actually already did in class, and I know not everybody has linking cubes. So you can do, if you wanted to use a different object, like a penny or, trying to think of something small, a cracker, I don't know, a goldfish, and then they can just measure. So even it says cubes and you don't have linking cubes, you can just measure just with the same object all the way across. If you can have the students tell you about these shapes, I mean, if you want to have the students tell you the names just as a refresher so they don't lose this information: hexagon, trapezoid, and obviously a triangle. Okay, just want to make sure that there's nothing that's not clear. Today's the 19th, so. Okay, so that's it for the packet for today. Well, for the last 3 days. So honestly, and I kind of explained this in the email, there's somehow it got mixed up so that like there's a bunch of these together where there's the sentences. This is like morning work, what we would normally do for morning work. So there's a whole bunch of those together in 1 day's worth of assignment. So if you want to mix it up a little, it's totally fine. You do not have to follow the timeline. However, I would recommend that you don't do all the packet like by tomorrow, you know, that you spread it out, because we're going to be learning some important, I'll be teaching via YouTube, some important concepts about nickels and cylinders and shapes like that, or I mean concepts like that. So just, I mean, of course, do a couple a day. Try not to rush through and do the whole thing. I don't want you to be overwhelmed, but okay, so that's all for today, and that kind of covers the last 3 days. If you have questions, please email me. I mean, I'm just repeating things that I said in the email, but I know that there's just a lot going on, and you probably have a lot of emails, and if you have multiple kids, there's a lot to keep track of. So I want this to be as easy as possible for you. I also really don't want, I mean, these are important concepts that we're learning, so I would also like for them to just keep up and do something daily that will help them keep their minds active and remembering the things that we're talking about. Obviously, the packet is what you're going to turn in for points and for credit for being gone for this week and next week. Okay, thank you so much. I'll be doing videos daily just to kind of help and assist with the curriculum, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.